September 3rd, 1943. The Aleutian Islands, Alaska. A cold wind lashes across the rocky shoreline of A2, carrying with it the sting of salt and the bite of early autumn. The fog is thick, rolling in heavy sheets from the Bering Sea, swallowing the jagged cliffs and masking the horizon. A small Japanese submarine, I-25, surfaces silently, its steel hull slick with condensation. The crew moves quickly, their boots crunching against the deck as they prepare for a mission unlike any other. From the hatch emerges Lieutenant Commander Hiroshi Ishii, his breath visible in the frigid air. He scans the desolate landscape, the volcanic ridges rising like black teeth against the sky. This is not a battlefield of guns and tanks, it is a battlefield of weather. Hidden within the submarine's cargo is a strange device, a meteorological station, codenamed Weather Station No. 1. The equipment is bulky, packed in wooden crates marked only with Japanese characters. Inside are barometers and a radio transmitter designed to send coded weather reports back to Tokyo. The mission is simple yet audacious. Establish a secret outpost on American soil to track storms sweeping across the Pacific. These reports will guide Japanese naval operations, helping fleets avoid typhoons and time their movements against the U.S. Navy. The crew works quickly, hauling crates onto the rocky beach under the cover of fog. Their uniforms are damp, their hands numb from the cold. Every sound, the creak of wood, the clatter of metal, echoes unnaturally in the stillness. They know they are deep inside enemy territory, and discovery would mean certain death as the station is assembled. Its antenna rises like a skeletal finger against the sky. The transmitter hums faintly, sending its first signals into the ether. For the Japanese, this lonely outpost represents a bold penetration into American territory, a silent weapon in the war for control of the Pacific. None of them can imagine that this strange machine, standing alone on the edge of the world, will one day unravel their strategy and expose their reach to the enemy. September 4th, 1943. The Aleutian fog still clings to the ridges, but deep inside the volcanic landscape, Weather Station No. 1 hums steadily. Its antenna, a thin skeletal mast, rises above the rocks, sending coded bursts into the ether. Each transmission carries barometric readings, wind speeds, and storm trajectories data meant to guide Japanese naval operations thousands of miles away. Lieutenant Commander Hiroshi Ishioka watches as the radio operator adjusts the dials, the faint crackle of static filling the air. The men know the importance of these signals. In Tokyo, strategists depend on accurate weather forecasts to plan fleet movements, submarine patrols, and even bombing raids. A typhoon miscalculated could scatter ships, cripple convoys, and undo months of preparation. The station is disguised as best as possible. Crates are buried beneath volcanic rock, wires hidden under soil, and the transmitter camouflaged against the jagged cliffs. To any passing American patrol, it would look like nothing more than abandoned debris. Yet every day, the coded reports flow eastward, invisible threads weaving Japan's Pacific strategy across the ocean. Japanese naval officers receive the transmissions with satisfaction. Charts are updated, routes adjusted, and confidence grows. Few realize how fragile the deception is, how a single discovery could unravel the illusion. For now, the station stands silent but powerful, a ghostly outpost on enemy soil. Its existence is unknown to the Americans, and its signals ripple across the Pacific like whispers of a storm yet to come. October 1943. The Aleutian Islands remain cloaked in fog, the volcanic ridges battered by icy winds. But on one of those desolate patrols, a small team of U.S. soldiers stumbles upon something unusual. At first glance, it looks like abandoned equipment, metal crates half buried in rock, wires snaking across the soil, and a skeletal antenna jutting into the sky. Sergeant William Barnes kneels beside the strange device, brushing frost from its surface. The markings are foreign, unmistakably Japanese. He calls over his men, their rifles slung across shoulders, eyes scanning the ridges for any sign of enemy presence. The silence is unnerving. No soldiers, no guards, just this machine humming faintly in the cold air. The men realize they've found something extraordinary. A radio transmitter, carefully concealed, sending signals across the Pacific. Barnes scribbles notes into his field journal, sketching the antenna and crates. Weather reports, he mutters, recognizing the instruments, barometers, anemometers, gauges. The Japanese weren't just spying. They were predicting storms, shaping naval strategy from inside American territory. The discovery is rushed back to command. Officers pore over the reports, stunned at the audacity. Japan had planted a secret weather station on U.S. soil, a silent outpost guiding fleets and submarines. The implications are chilling. If they could establish this, what else might they have hidden along the coast? For the Japanese, the station had been a triumph of stealth. For the Americans, it was proof of penetration deeper than anyone imagined. The fog of war had concealed more than ships, it had concealed a quiet invasion of information. Morning, June 6, 1944. Reports pour into German headquarters like a flood. Normandy is under siege. Allied paratroopers have landed inland. Bridges are being seized, and the beaches are crawling with tanks and infantry. The officers who once laughed at Britain's toy tanks now sit in stunned silence, their cigarettes burning down to ash. Major Kruger slams his fist against the table, the sound echoing through the smoke-filled room. This cannot be. The invasion was meant for Calais. His voice trembles, not with anger but disbelief. The photographs, the intercepted radio chatter, the endless reports of armored divisions near Dover, all of it had seemed so convincing. Yet the truth is undeniable. The Allies have struck where Germany was weakest, across the Channel. The Ghost Army's inflatable tanks remain untouched, their rubber skins sagging in the morning sun. They have served their purpose. By holding German divisions in Calais, they bought precious hours that allowed Allied troops to storm Normandy with reduced resistance. The laughter of German officers has turned into silence, then into dread. They realize they have been outplayed, not by steel or firepower, but by shadows, illusions, and the cunning of an enemy who understood the psychology of war. The toys were never toys. They were weapons of deception, and they have changed the course of history.